Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Blake Zamora. I'm here reporting from AES 475 Current Topics. Now, for years, I've been trying to stack on muscle. I just want to pack it on, get stronger, bigger, faster, and it's been a struggle. There's physiques that I've admired. For instance, I'll just start with Brad Beckwith. That guy's an animal. You got Brett Good. I can't deadlift as much as him. And don't even get me started on Bryce Chamberlain. I need to get to that level. There's performance enhancing drugs out there. I've heard a lot about them. There's a lot of different ones out there. But one day in the gym, I was brought to my attention this drug, PED called D-Aspartic acid. It is supposed to be a testosterone booster. Supposed to raise your testosterone levels and basically help get you stronger and bigger. To begin, D-aspartic acid is also known as D-aspartate or DAA. It is one of two forms of the amino acid known as aspartic acid, which the other is L-aspartic acid. The way that D-aspartic acid works on the body is through the brain, specifically the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus releases gonadotropin releasing hormone, which then acts on the pituitary glands, and the pituitary glands release luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone, which act on the ovaries and testes. In an article by Tina Lee and Lucy Van Zolen from the University of New Zealand, they state, and I quote, "In the male reproductive tract, the luteinizing hormone acts on the Leydig cells, which are involved in the production of steroids." So because of this, we can assume that supplementing D-aspartic acid could potentially raise testosterone levels in men. While I was researching this topic, there wasn't very many studies to find that were done on humans. I only found 2 studies that were done on humans that were found to be very relevant. Most of the studies that I did find were on rats and different animals and didn't seem to be very applicable to humans. So the pharmacokinetics of D-aspartic acid aren't very well known, and there needs to be a lot more research done to further understand how it works inside the body and affects the body more. But for administration, it is taken orally, and it comes in a powder form, comes in a pill, a capsule, or even a liquid solution. The first study that I found was done by Topo, Soricelli, D'Aniello, Roncini, and D'Aniello out of Italy, and it focused on the molecular mechanism of D-aspartic acid in the release and synthesis of luteinizing hormone and testosterone in humans and rats. But in this case, I focused on just reading the part about the humans because they said that the rats weren't very applicable to humans. So this study involved 43 volunteers, 23 of which were given a D-aspartate solution, and the remaining 20 were given a placebo. Each consumed the D-aspartate solution or the placebo for 12 consecutive days at breakfast, and the D-aspartate group had 3.12 grams of sodium D-aspartate with a mix of vitamin B6, folic acid, and vitamin B12, while the placebo group did not have any of the D-aspartate in their solution, but they had the vitamins in them. The next step is they took blood samples every after the 6th day, after 12 days, and 3 days post study. For the D-aspartate group, they saw an increase in their luteinizing hormone levels by 33.3%, and their testosterone levels raised by 42% after the 12 days. The placebo group didn't see any increase in either levels and remained remotely the same as their test levels prior to the placebo. The second study that I found involving humans was done by Darren Willoughby and Brian Lutholtz. It involved 20 males who were around the same age and had resistance training experience. Prior to the study, they were put through 1 rep max tests, body composition tests, and blood samples were also taken. Following that, the men were randomly placed into a placebo group or a D-aspartic acid supplementation group. Each man would wake up for 28 days consecutively and consume 4 pills in the morning. The D-aspartic acid group had 3 grams of D-aspartic acid in their capsules, while the placebo group did not. And the men were put through a 28-day periodized exercise protocol, which was supervised by somebody conducting the study in order to make sure that they were following everything correctly. At the conclusion of the study, the increases and decreases in strength levels and body composition were very similar in the placebo and the supplementation group. So with this study, it disputes the claims that supplementing with D-aspartic acid will raise your testosterone levels to help you increase your strength and your muscle mass. While researching this ergogenic aid, I was not able to find any reported side effects that have taken place in either of these studies. So we do not know if there are any potential side effects because it isn't a very researched ergogenic aid. There isn't a set recommendation for dosage or usage either, but after reading on muscleandstrength.com and bodybuilding.com on their supplement nutritional info, if you look under their testosterone boosters and find D-aspartic acid, almost all of them, basically all of them, will say take once daily, and the dosage in there is either 3 grams or 3.12 grams. And I'm going to assume that they have gotten those dosages from these 2 studies that I had previously have mentioned, because they are the only 2 studies that have been done on humans. And after reading into the World Anti-Doping Agency and into the NCAA rules, I was not able to find a specific ban on D-aspartic acid, but because of its properties and its potential effects in raising your testosterone levels, there might be a chance that a positive drug test will result after supplementing D-aspartic acid. So I want to thank you for watching the video, paying attention, and listening. Have a great day.